Hello all and welcome to Wayne's Allotment. Can I start by wishing you all a very happy new year. Let's hope that we have a really good growing year. I can't really moan too much about last year other than the various lockdowns, but that's a different kettle of fish altogether. Today is the 3rd of January and I'm going to get and do some leeks, and I'm going to start some sweet peas off. Now in the past when I've done the sweet peas, I've generally, I've done it both ways. I've soaked the seeds overnight and sown them that way, and I've also put them in dry direct into the compost. And I don't really know, I wouldn't like to really stick my neck out and say which is the best way of doing it. I will admit, when you soak them overnight, you do notice, or I've noticed, that they've obviously swollen and in some cases started to open up. But I'm not doing it that way this time round. I'm going to just put them in direct as they are. So without further ado, we'll get these sweet peas done and start off the leeks for 2021. Right, this compost I'm using, this is just ordinary clover, and it's had vermiculite and perlite added to it. Last year I did a lot of experimenting with various types of, or different varieties of compost. I think this year I'm going to stick to just the clover. I keep going back to it, so why not? Now what I'm going to actually be doing now is I'm going to fill these bamboo pots. See, bamboo, these are, they've got a 5-year, they're recyclable, but they've got a 5-year shelf life. So I'm putting this mix into these. I'm going to, not going to firm it down too much, but just get that something like. And I'm going to put my leeks direct into that so that they will, we'll just sow them as they are. I've got 2 varieties of leek. I've got Musselburgh, grow them every year. Last year they were a little hit and miss for me. And another variety that I grew last year, so I'm going to do them again, is Allotment January 2. Very pleased with them. They're still in the ground now, still going well. The Musselburgh were quite sort of a bit prone to go into seed for some unknown reason. I don't know why. So we'll get them. I'm just going to just scatter these. It says there's 500 seeds. I will admit there does seem to be quite a few here, so we'll just sow them. In fact, I might not use all of these because I don't really want to, I don't want to saturate it all. So no, we'll tip them back over the pot so that any that don't go into the little packet go into the pot. And what I'm going to do with those, I've put the label in. I'm going to just cover those with a little bit. I'll just firm them down, actually, make sure that they're contacting the compost nicely. and then just put a little scattering, just enough to cover them with a bit of vermiculite. These are going to go in the house, and they're going to go under, well, they will go eventually under the grow lights, but they're going to go into the heated propagator to start with. Some water, just give them a bit of a watering in. I think that'll do. So that's the musselberry. Next job, fill the pot up again. As I say, these bamboo pots, I've got some small ones that I used. In fact, I think I've got some bulbs growing in them at the moment. I don't want to flatten that down too much. Just make that something like leek, Autumn Giant 2. As I say, these Autumn Giant, I grew these for the first time last year and very pleased with them, and decided why not, we'll give them a go. As I say, they're still standing in the ground now. We had some over Christmas. My musselberry, for some unknown reason last year, my musselberry were quite quick at running to seed. I don't know why. I shall use all these in here because there doesn't seem to be as many seeds as the musselberry. And as I say, when I've done these will go in the heated propagator in the house. Cover those again with a bit of vermiculite. Just pat them down, make sure they're contacting the compost. As a bit of a sideline, I think I'm only about the third person on our site that grows leeks. There doesn't seem to be very many on our site that do grow leeks, and I don't know why, because I know one or two people say that they struggle. They seem to find it hard to get them to germinate and so on, but I seem to don't seem to have any problems with them. In fact, there's one chap who I've got a bit of a I sort of have a bit of a deal going with him, whereby whatever I've got left over he will have off me, and it saves him having to do any. So I don't mind. I'm quite keen to do that. So there we go. So that's that first one, or second lot should I say. So we've got leek, we've got musselberry, and we've got leek, Autumn Giant 2. So I'll just stop you there a minute while I then sort out a seed tray and fill that ready for doing some sweet peas. So I've now put the compost into seed tray. I've had a little envelope come through the post from Andy. I'll put a link in the description below to Andy's YouTube channel. These are a variety called Hilda's Mix. They're named after his mother. I've got nice little package. I open these up. I've not opened these at all, as you can see. Oh, these are nicely 10 out of 10 to you, sir. I had some of these off him last year, and I've got to be honest, out of all the sweet peas I've ever grown, these have been absolutely superb. I can't fault them at all. They've put on, last year they put on the best show. I had some in the garden here, some round on the allotment, and once started to get some flowers come on them, they just kept on, and they're absolutely brilliant. But yes, Andy, 10 out of 10, my friend. You've done a brilliant job there, as ever. Thank you very much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just skew you around a bit so that you can see what seed tray I'm using, and I will go on about sowing these sweet pea seeds. Okay, so there we have the seeds. What I've got there is a multi-cell seed tray, 40 cells. I'm going to drop one seed into each of these cells. I think there's going to be more than enough for doing that. So before I go any further, I'll just dib a small hole into each of these, only about 1/4 inch deep, not. I will drop the seed and just make sure that it's pushed in. As I've already said, these are great seed. I've saved some myself from last year's plants, and I will sow those in another seed tray in a few months' time, so that we've got a bit of continuation of flowers. Oh, I think we're going to have more than enough here. So we'll drop a seed in each. Oh yeah, nearly there. Yes, I'm going to have a few left over, so I will sow those at a later date. Trying to get them back in there, and it's, how did you get these in here, Andy? You've got, there we go. We'll save those for another day, and we'll just close those all up, making sure the compost is not firm but is down, and that there's contact with the seed, and then a bit of watering. Again, these, like the leeks, these are going to go into heated propagator until they start to germinate. Then they'll go under the grow lights for a while, and then they'll be put out in the greenhouse under a bit of extra protection. So I'll spin you around and show you everything all done. So there you have it. You can see I've got my leek sown, Musselburgh, Autumn Giant 2, and I've got sweet peas started. I've got enough seed left from Andy to do, I'd say, half that tray again. I have saved some myself. I did decide that it would be quite a good idea to try and save some, because I didn't know, to be honest, I didn't know whether Andy was going to be doing another giveaway, and because I was so impressed with them, I thought I'll get and save some seed while we're going along, while I can. So so that's what I've done with them. These will all go into the heated propagator in the house. As soon as anything starts to show coming up, it'll go under the grow lights for about a week or so, just to start them to get established. And then in my other greenhouse, I've got I think the best way of calling it really is like a cold frame within the greenhouse. And what I'll do is, when I come to put them out, I'll put a plastic cover over the sweet peas when I come to put them in there, so that they are in the greenhouse in a cold frame, with then a propagator top over the top of them. And the leeks, they'll just go into there once they start showing themselves, and they'll be left. They're quite hardy, so, but it's nice now. We've started the ball rolling. It's 2021. We've made a start. I've got some peppers that I'll show you progress with those. These now, it's nice to get your hands dirty and get a bit of seed sown. It's great. So that's it. So that's me leeks and some sweet peas started for the year. Right. That's me heated propagator indoors. It's in spare room, and as you can see, the 2 lots of leeks in there now, and sweet peas under there, and they will then go under the grow lights, and I'll spin you round and just show you how my peppers are doing under the grow lights. And while I'm in here and just showing you the seeds in the propagator, I just thought I'd show you under my grow lights. These are my peppers. They're all, well, that's basil. In fact, just hang on a minute, because I'm showing you what's under here and you can't really see them very well. I'm grovelling around on my knees, so I'll stop you there and I'll just get these out and put them on the table here for you to have a better look. Right, I think that's a bit better. You can get and see things a little bit easier. That there is some basil. That was sown along with these peppers on the 5th of December. Today is the 8th of January, and I think you can say they're coming along quite nicely, they are. I've then got some more sweet peppers there, which were sown the 13th of December, along with basket of fire. Now, basket of fire is the only chili pepper I'm doing this year, but I think we can say things are looking quite nice. Now I'm going to show you there me, and that's me chilies, or me sweet peppers, and me nod to me chili peppers. So that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed that. It's just make a start on 1 or 2 things for out on the plot and give you an update with regards me peppers. So be good, look after yourselves, look out for each other, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Ta-ra a bit.